Good morning. Ah. Let's see, let's go. Do go away. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Presents. Cool. All right. Close. Here we go. This thing is funky today. Cool. All right, we'll get started here in just a minute. I just want to make sure. Good morning. Yeah, we should. Hopefully everyone can hear me. All right. All right, awesome. Happy Sunday. Hopefully you guys have had a good weekend. So I am Erin. If you are new to me, this is Vinyasa Flow. So we work in connecting breath to movement as we go from posture to posture. And with that, I always add in some core work for us to do. We are mindful of our bodies in each day and each moment. So try not to push past our ego and meeting our body where it is today. But with that, I do give you options to be a little bit more restorative if that's what you need, or a little more fiery in your practice if that is something as well that you're looking to do today. But yeah, nothing wild or crazy. We have a full hour, so 60 minutes. We start slow, we end slow. It's that middle part, that's the work. So we'll go ahead and get started. Take it to child's pose when you're ready at the front edge of your mat. So knees wide as your mat, big toes touching behind you. Arms nice and long out in front into the true child's pose. Or if you'd like to, for upper back release, you can let your arms rest behind you. Allow your forehead to connect to the mat, and then we're working those sit bones back towards our heels. So staying here for the first few moments of our practice, just starting to come into the space, starting to notice the tension in the body, and maybe guiding your first few rounds of breath to that tension as we're here in our child's pose. We also start to notice those thoughts in the mind. Is your mind wandering this morning? Are you pretty grounded? And then we start our practice with our 3 rounds of community breath, helping to release tension in the body, helping to release that noise in the mind, and allowing ourselves just to be here, present on our mats. So let's start with those 3 rounds of breath. Begin with an exhale, empty your lungs. Take a deep breath in through your nose, fill the breath, fill the lungs, and then long, gentle sigh out the mouth. Sink your hips back towards your heels. We'll do that 2 more times through. Deep breath in, fill the lungs. Long, gentle sigh out the mouth, let it go. And 1 more time, deep breath in. And long, gentle sigh. Coming back to your natural breath. We'll get into our side body while in child's pose. So start to walk your hands over to the right side or right corner of your mat. As we're here, we're working our left hip back towards our left heel. Your options are to cross your left hand over your right, getting a little bit more into the shoulders. Stay for another breath. On your next inhale, come back to center, lengthen, and then bring those hands over to the left side of your mat, left corner. You can always go beyond the mat, maybe crossing your right hand over the left. We'll stay here for a breath. And then inhale, come back to center. So staying here in your child's pose, 1 more moment, 1 more full round of breath. And then on your next inhale, let's go ahead, bring it up to tabletop, hands and knees. So as we come to our first tabletop of the day, create some movement for you, sway out your hips, release tension in your neck, circle your head clockwise and counterclockwise, and then create that stillness here in your tabletop. So focusing on our hands for a moment, really spread those fingers wide. I always like to share we're working on that L shape with our thumb and our pointer finger. Feel your palms connected. Our knees are hip distance apart. The tops of our feet are flat onto the mat behind you. We have a nice flat back here. We're gazing down at the floor. We'll flow through our cat and our cow. On your next exhale, start to round the spine, coming to cat pose. Look towards your belly or your knees. And on your inhale, open your heart, look up, lift your sit bones to cow. We'll do that again. Exhale, cat, rounding the spine, press those palms to the mat. And inhale, gaze up. Perfect. We'll do that 2 more rounds. Exhale. And inhale. And last time here, exhale to cat. And inhale to cow. Bring yourselves back to center and tabletop. Take a breath. We'll come into puppy dog pose. So keep your hips where they are. We walk our hands out in front of us. We drop our chest down towards the mat. And then your forehead may connect here. So sit bones are high in the sky. We're getting into the upper back. Notice if you feel like you have a little bit more space, instead of the forehead touching, your chin can touch the mat. It's going to go deeper into the shoulders, the upper back. You may also feel this in the low back, but we're going to stay for just another moment. And on your next inhale, slowly start to come back up to tabletop, hands and knees. All right, perfect. Let's go ahead and twist it out. So we're going to come into thread the needle. With your next inhale, reach your left hand to the sky, get nice and tall. And then exhale, thread that left hand underneath the right arm, I should say. Left shoulder, left knee comes onto the mat. You're welcome to stay here, or maybe walk that right arm nice and long in front of you. Fingertips staying on the mat. Option to stay here, or extend that right leg nice and long behind you. So again, depending on what you want to work on today, this is an option to ramp it up. We're working on our core and our balance, balancing on the left knee and left shoulder. Maybe start to lift that right foot to the sky. If you fall, we just come back. If you're going further, you can reach that right hand to the sky and then maybe drop that right hand towards your low back. We're here for another round of breath. On your next exhale, let's lower the knee, lower the palm, and then inhale, unthread, reach that left hand to the sky. Exhale, palm back to the mat, give your body a little shake. All right, I'll take it to the other side. Inhale, right hand high. Exhale, thread the needle, shoulder, cheek onto the mat. Stay here for a moment. Left hand, we can walk that hand forward, straighten out the left arm, again, staying. Option, extend that left leg behind you, toes staying on the mat, or we work on the balance. Lift that left foot high. Feeling steady, keep those eyes on something steady, not moving. Maybe reach that left hand to the sky, and that final variation is dropping your left hand towards your low back. We'll stay here another moment. Exhale, release that left knee down, left palm back to the mat. Inhale, unthread, right hand high. Exhale, right palm back down. Take a breath here, give your body a little shake out. All right, let's flow back downward face, or flowing to our downward facing dog, going back to cat cow. So your next exhale, round your spine again, return to cat. On your inhale, gaze up, open your heart to cow. And on this exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back. We come to our downward facing dog. Now looking at your knees, more towards your belly here, whatever feels good. But then create some movement, pedal out your legs this morning. Bend one knee and the other. Shake your head, yes and no. Whatever works for you. And then find that stillness. So coming back to your hands here, spreading those fingers wide, palms pressing to the mat, hips lifting high, heels dropping towards the floor. It's all right if they don't meet. And if you're feeling like this is too much for you today, come back to tabletop. So tabletop's your variation. You're always welcome to stay here. Otherwise, we're in downward facing dog. Take a breath. Let's flow through some down dog body waves this morning. So on your next breath in, come forward, shift to a high plank. On your exhale, bend your knees, sink your hips back, and then lift those hips to the sky, return to your downward facing dog. Let's do that again. Inhale, shift forward, high plank. Exhale, bend those knees, sink your hips back, and then lift the hips back to the sky. 2 more rounds. Inhale, forward. Exhale, bend the knees, hips towards those heels. Inhale, hips to the sky. Again, inhale, forward. Sorry, my dog. Exhale, bend the knees, hips back. Inhale, hips high to the sky. 1 more time through. Inhale, come forward, high plank. Exhale, bend the knees, sink those hips back, and return to your down dog. Give your body a little shake. Take a breath here. And on your next exhale, start to walk your hands towards your feet. I'd like you to come to the back edge of your mat into your first forward fold. I'm just going to come to the middle of my mat so I can see you. And as we come into our first forward fold, You're at the back of your mat, but we're taking some movement. So pedaling your legs, one knee and the other. Start taking ragdoll, grabbing opposite elbows, take a gentle sway side to side. We start to release our low back here. And then bring yourselves back to center into your forward fold. Let's take a little twist. Bend into your right knee, right hand or fingertips onto the mat. Reach your left hand to the sky. So that gentle twist, you should feel it's on the left side of your body. Opt in to drop left hand towards your low back. Maybe look up and over your left shoulder. We're here for another breath. Inhale, left hand high. Exhale, fold. Bend into your left knee, left hand onto the mat. Inhale, reach your right hand to the sky. Take a breath here. Option to drop a right hand towards your low back. Gaze up and over your right shoulder. Now that right side, that right leg is getting the release, that stretch. Another breath. Inhale, right hand high. Exhale, fold. Stay here. One more round of breath. Deep forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. This is where our hands are pressing on our shins, above our knees, but we have that nice, long, flat back. We're gazing down at the floor, shoulders away from ears. Stay for another breath. Exhale, deep forward fold. And on your inhales, come all the way to standing. Reach your arms up and overhead. Maybe it's like back bend if that feels good to you. Exhale, palms touch, hands to heart. Take a breath here. So feet right now are about hip distance apart. Let's take a little bit of a better connection with our feet on the floor on the mat. So I'd like you to lift your toes up for a second, just like we spread our fingers, spread your toes apart or give them a little wiggle, and then place them back down onto the floor. Take a little sway or movement side to side. If you'd like to, maybe creating circles, going clockwise and counterclockwise, getting that deeper rooted connection of your foot onto the mat. And then bring yourselves back to center. So staying here for a breath. On your next inhale, reach your hands high to the sky. And then exhale, bring that right arm down. Inhale, lift up with your left hand. Exhale, up and over to your right. So I'd like you to get that stretch all onto your left side body here. Focus on the stacking. So left shoulder, left hip pulls back just gently. Take another breath in. Your exhale, can you find a little bit more space? Can you go a little bit deeper? And then inhale, come back to center, both hands high. Exhale, drop your left hand down. Inhale, lift up on your right. Exhale, up and over to your left. So same thing. We're going to pause for a moment. We start that stacking, right shoulder, right hip on top of our left. We take another breath in. Your exhale, go a little bit deeper. And then inhale, come back to center. Exhale, create cactus arms. So bringing your elbows down by your shoulders. Spread your fingers wide. You can gaze up. Maybe your elbows come closer together behind you, opening up the upper back. And then inhale, we're gonna extend our arms off to the sides in a T-like position. Let's take eagle arms to open our back this morning. So bring your right arm in front, cross your left arm over top, and take that twist. Elbows up, forearms forward. So standing nice and tall, reaching through the crown of the head, get into the upper back, stay for another breath. On your next exhale, unravel the arms. Let's take it to the opposite side. Left arm in front, right arm over top, fingers to the sky or get your palms to touch. Elbows up, forearms forward, stay for another moment. And on your next exhale, go ahead, release. Inhale, hands to the sky, slight back bend if that feels good to you. Exhale, start to fold forward. Sorry about my dog today. And again, take a little movement, but on your next inhale, find your halfway lift, flat back. We're at the back edge of our mat, take a breath. On your exhale, fold and start to walk those hands forward. We're coming into our high plank. So high plank here today. We're on the toes, the ball of our foot. Option, take it to the knees if you need some support today. You need a little bit more restorative. If your wrists are hurting, come to your forearms. If you're with me, we're gonna take that small movement forward and back, working in that high plank. Keep breathing. Inhale, come forward to the tips of your toes. Exhale, bring it back to the ball of your foot. Let's go again. Inhale and exhale. Two more. Inhale and exhale. One more. Inhale and exhale. Take another breath in, come forward. On this exhale, bend your elbows, slowly come down to the belly. Tops of your feet go flat. We're gonna go low cobra first. So inhale, lift your chest. Press the tops of the feet onto the mat. We have a deep bend in the elbows. Gaze down at the floor. Stay for another breath. Exhale, come down, right cheek on the mat. We're gonna go again. Inhale, lift your chest, low cobra. If you can, press the tops of the feet to the mat, lift your palms off the floor, utilize low back strength, hold it here, another breath. Exhale, come down, left cheek on the mat, and do that one more time. Inhale, lift your chest, palms coming off the mat. This time, lift the feet off the floor. So we're gonna work into scissor-like motion. So I'd like you on a breath in, inhale, reach the arms in front of you, legs spread apart. Exhale, feet together, elbows shoulder height. Inhale, extend, feet apart. Exhale, feet together, elbows shoulder height. Let's go 2 more rounds. Inhale and exhale. One more, inhale and exhale. Hold it here, chest lifted, feet lifted. Stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down, right cheek on the mat. Replant those palms onto the floor underneath the shoulders. And when you're ready, inhale, lift your chest one more time, maybe going into a higher cobra. A little bit of that bend in the elbows. You can gaze up at the sky. If upward facing dog is calling your name today, press to the tops of the feet, lift the thighs off the mat. We stay for another breath. Exhale, come back down. And let's return to downward facing dog. Start to tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back. And here we are again, downward dog. Give your body a little shake out, find some stillness. And let's go on your next breath. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Get nice and long, get tall here. Left heel still working down towards the mat. Take a breath. We're gonna stack our hip, right hip on top of the left. Heel can come in towards the glute. Awareness in your shoulders. Try to keep them in one line. Another breath. Inhale, straighten your right leg. Exhale, slowly step right foot up in between the hands. Bring your left knee to the mat behind you. Top of your left foot is flat. Come to a low lunge. Reach your hands to the sky. Take a breath here. If you can't see your right toes, walk your right foot forward a little bit more. Give yourself some space, and on your next exhale, sink into it. Let your hips get low. Stay for another breath. And on your next exhale, gentle twist. Left hand to the inside of the foot. Reach your right hand to the sky. Stay for a moment. If you'd like a deeper twist today, go ahead, lift that left hand off the mat. Left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Palms touch, elbows, shoulders stack. Hold it here, another breath. Inhale, come back to center, both hands high. Exhale, straighten the leg, flex the foot, half splits. Hands come down on either side of the hips here. Allow the crown of the head to reach towards that right foot. We're gonna stay one more breath. And on your next inhale, walk your hands forward, either side of the front foot. We're gonna ramp it up a little bit, stay with me. Tuck your back toe, lift your back knee off the mat. We're coming more into that high runner's lunge. On your next breath, lift the chest, the belly, fingertips hovering over the mat. Stay here, steady gaze. Inhale, reach your hands to the sky, high lunge, hold it. Can you power up that back leg? Get rid of any bend in the knee. Bring that back heel forward. On your next exhale, can you go deeper into your front knee? Another breath. Exhale, release the hands down either side of your foot. Let's step right foot back, high plank. We're going back to those forward and back movements. Inhale forward to the tips of your toes. Exhale back to the ball of your foot. 3 more, inhale. And exhale, 2, inhale. And exhale, 1, inhale, hold it here. Exhale, come down to the belly. Inhale, lift your chest, your choice, low cobra, full cobra, or upward facing dog. On your exhale, take that transition to your downward facing dog. So you have the option to come to the belly first, or you can go right into down dog, maybe rolling over your toes. Pedal it out, take a little bit of movement, and then we're gonna get into the left side. On your next breath, reach your left leg high to the sky. Stay here, right heel still working towards the mat, and then start to stack your hip again. Left hip on top of the right, that heel can come in towards your glute. Another breath. Inhale, straighten your left leg. Exhale, slowly step left foot up in between the hands, back knees on the mat, low lunge. Get into it. Again, if you don't have or you can't see those left toes, walk that left foot further forward. Use your exhale to let your hips sink into the posture. Stay here, hands reaching to the sky. Another breath. On your next exhale, let's take a deeper twist. Left hand to the inside of our foot. Reach your right hand to the sky. So staying here for a moment. Another round of breath. If you want a deeper twist, right elbow outside of our left knee. Palms, elbows start to stack, or palms touch, elbows, shoulders start to stack. Another round of breath. Inhale, come back to center, both hands high. Exhale, half split. Straighten that front leg. Hands down either side of the hips. Flex the foot. Crown of the head is reaching forward here. Nice stretch of that left leg. Hold it. And on your next inhale, walk your hands forward, either side of that left foot. Let's start ramping it up. Tuck your back toe, lift your back knee off the mat. Find a steady gazing spot, lift your chest, your belly, fingertips hovering over the floor. Another breath. Inhale, reach those hands to the sky. Find your high lunge. So again, power it up, straighten out that back leg. Bring that back heel forward. Get deeper in your front knee. Hold it here, another breath. Exhale, release the hands down. Step that front foot back. Last time here together, your high plank forward and back movement. Inhale forward to the tips of the toes. Exhale back to the ball of your foot. Let's go 3 more. Inhale and exhale. 2. Inhale. Exhale. 1. Inhale. Hold it here. On your next exhale, come down to the belly. Inhale, lift your chest. Low cobra, full cobra, upward facing dog. On your exhale, bring it on back. Down dog, shake it out. So here is the option where you can come to tabletop, or if you like to opt out of core work, we're gonna go to child's pose, the way we started our practice. If you're staying with me today, stay in your downward facing dog and take a breath here. So good old days of core work. Another round of breath, and we'll get into our right side. So again, option to take it to table if you need that. On your inhale, reach your right foot to the sky, length, height. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Try to get them to touch. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, right knee to the midline, the nose, crunch it in tight. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, cross it, right knee, left elbow, foot hovers, stay for another breath. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, release that right foot down, give your body a little shake out. Same thing, left side, when you're ready. Inhale, reach that left leg to the sky. Exhale, left knee, left elbow, get them to touch. Inhale, left leg high, we're going to the middle. Exhale, left knee to the midline, the nose, crunch it in. Inhale, up and back, we're crossing it. Exhale, left knee, right elbow, foot hovers off the mat, another breath. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, release that left foot down, child's pose, or active recovery in downward facing dog. So you do you here. We're taking 3 rounds of breath. Deep inhales, long exhales. Come back to the intention for your practice. What are you focusing on here today? What type of release do you need? Stay for another breath. And on your next inhale, let's slowly bring it back up to tabletop or downward facing dog. Take a little movement. We're gonna make our way to Malasana. So it's that deep squat at the front edge of your mat. So gaze up at your hands. On your next exhale, step, walk, or jump your feet forward to the outside of your hands, toes out, heels in. We come to Malasana. So Malasana might be much higher up for you today, which is okay. We're just working on tailbone coming under and sinking down, hands to heart, elbows on the inside of the knees. If they're there, we're gonna use them to press the knees apart a little bit more. Shoulders away from the ears, find length in the neck. Stay here. I always say there's a lot of heat and fire in this posture. Use the exhale to calm and cool the body. Stay with me, 2 more full rounds of breath. Deep inhale, long exhale. You've got this. Final round of breath. And after that next exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Slowly, woohoo, lift those hips to the sky. Let's walk your feet back in, hip distance apart. Take some gentle movement, pedal out those legs. Ragdoll if you need it here, that gentle sway side to side. Come back to center in that forward fold. Your inhale, halfway lift. Your exhale, we fold. And on your inhale, come all the way to stand and reach the arms up and overhead. Slight back bend if you choose. Palms touch, hands to heart. Take a breath here. All right, flowing through that and adding on On your inhale, reach those hands to the sky. On your exhale, fold forward. Your inhale, find your halfway lift. Your exhale, we fold again, plant your hands, step it back. So this is an option. You can go right to downward facing dog, or we flow through that vinyasa, going from high plank down to the belly. Inhale, lifting your chest, low cobra, full cobra, or upward facing dog. And on your exhale, we bring it back to down dog. Give your body a little movement, and then find that stillness again. Take a breath, going back to the right side. Inhale, right leg high to the sky. Find length, find height. Stack that hip, right hip on top of the left. Option, stay here. If you feel like flipping your dog today, if it's part of your practice, let your right foot come all the way around. Right hand reaches up and back. You're balancing on that left palm. Left foot, right foot onto the floor. Take another breath. We're gonna flip it back. Right hand back to the mat. Right leg back to the sky. Exhale, step right foot up in between the hands. We're gonna ramp it up right away. So back knee's gonna stay off the mat this time. Left hand inside of your foot, right hand reaching to the sky. Easy, gentle twist. Stay here, or left elbow outside of right knee. Palms touch, elbow, shoulders stack. Another round of breath. Exhale, place those hands down either side of your front foot. On your next breath in, straighten your front leg as much as you can. You can have a little bit of a bend in the knee if you need to. Back heels off the mat. On your exhale, bend back into your knee. We're gonna do that again. Inhale, straighten your leg. Exhale, come back down one more time. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, bend into it. Stay here, find that gazing spot. Start to lift your chest, your belly off the leg here. Fingertips hovering over the mat. Another round of breath. Inhale, reach your hands to the sky, high lunge. Power up that back leg, get rid of the bend in the knee. Bring that back heel forward. Get deeper into your front knee, another breath. On your exhale, gaze up, cactus arms. Inhale, hands high. Warrior one, let your back heel come onto the mat. So it's connected, your back foot's on a slight angle, working its way to that upper left-hand corner of your mat. Hands are to the sky, bend into your front knee. Now, in my previous teachings, I used to talk about our hips and working your right hip back, left hip forward. But as I'm continuing my education and things change regularly, we actually want to focus from the belly button up. So almost your shoulders. Can we bring those a little bit more parallel to the front of your mat? You don't want to force into our hips because of injury. So take another breath here. On your exhale, go a little bit deeper into your front knee. All right, let's take eagle arms. So we did this earlier, arms off to the side. We'll bring our left arm in front, cross your right arm over top, take your twist, elbows up, forearms forward. Inhale, slight back bend, humble warrior with eagle arms. Exhale, fold forward. So humble warrior, getting into our hips, we're getting into our legs, but with eagle arms, we're getting into the upper back. So press those forearms down to the mat. Stay here, another breath. Right shoulder on the inside of that right knee. Stay with me. On your next inhale, slowly come back up. Unravel those arms, we're reaching back to the sky. Exhale, cactus arms, gaze up. Inhale, hands high. We're gonna lean. Exhale, crown of the head forward, arms behind you. So we're still in warrior one leg. Inhale, reach the arms in front. We're getting ready for warrior three. Palms touch, they can stay there. Your hands can come to heart. But when you're ready, we're gonna kick off that back leg. We're coming to our standing balance. So I'm gonna scooch back a little bit. Your left toes might just be bobbling on and off the mat, totally okay. Maybe that foot's a little bit higher. Maybe you're working into that T-like position with the body. Hands can switch up, hands off to the side, arms out in front of you in true warrior three, but stay wherever you are, another round of breath. And then we're going to transition into tree pose. So start to come up and see if you can get that left foot to touch the inside of your ankle, the calf, or we're going above our knee. Now, again, if you're having a wobbly day, let your left toes rest on the mat and let your ankle or your heel just touch your ankle. So this is fine, this is perfect. Every day is different, every side's different. So find your tree pose. Once you're there, we're pressing our foot into our leg and our leg back into our foot. We're working on our hip alignment, noticing if one hip's higher than the other. We're getting that left knee, it looks like my right knee, but it's my left. Left knee in line with our hip. And then you switch up the arms, whatever works. So hands at heart, We grow our tree, reach your hands to the sky, maybe cactus arms, or reverse prayer. Bring your palms to touch behind you and opening up the chest, the upper back. But let's stay here, another round of breath. On your next breath in, bring your hands to touch, heart center. I'm going to challenge you one more time, coming back to warrior three. So keep your eyes steady on that gazing spot. I'm going to turn back around. When you're ready, go ahead, start to reach that left foot back behind you. We're balancing. Hands can stay at heart, arms off to the side, arms out in front of you. Stay for another breath. Exhale, bring the feet together to meet, we fold forward. Perfect. On your inhale, halfway lift. On your exhale, we fold, plant those hands, step it back. Option, go right to downward facing dog, or we flow again from high plank down to the belly. Inhale, lift your chest, low cobra, full cobra, or upward facing dog. And on your exhale, bring it on back to down dog. Take some movement, tabletop if you need it, child's pose if you need it, but we're going to our left side. On your next inhale, left leg high to the sky. Hold it here, find length, find height. Start to stack your hip, left hip on top of the right, heeling towards the glute. If you'd like to flip your dog today, let that left foot come all the way around to meet the mat. Left hand reaches to the sky, hips lift up, head can drop back. Stay for another breath. We're bringing it back around. Exhale, left hand back to the mat, left leg back to the sky, step left foot up, in between your hands. We're going right into it. So easy twist first, right hand inside of our foot, reach your left hand to the sky. Stay here. Option, deeper twist. Right elbow outside of your left knee, palms touch, elbow, shoulders stack. Another breath. On your next exhale, go ahead, release your hands down either side of that left foot. We're gonna straighten that left leg out. On your inhale, straighten it as much as you can. Keep your right heel off the mat behind you. Exhale, bend back into the knee. 2 more times. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, deepen. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale, hold it here. We start to hover. Lift your chest, your belly off the leg. Hover here, fingertips off the mat. Another breath. On your next inhale, reach your hands to the sky, high lunge. Power up, back knee, straighten it out. Back heel, bring it forward. On your exhale, go deeper into your front knee. Another breath. Exhale, cactus arms, gaze up, slight back bend. Inhale, hands high. Let your right heel come down on the mat behind you. So again, warrior one. Back heel is planted, toes are slightly forward, hands to the sky. And again, we're working more on our shoulders. So that left shoulder and right shoulder are becoming parallel to the front of our mat. Hands to the sky, use your next exhale, go deeper into your front knee. Hold it here. Exhale, cactus arms, open your heart. Inhale, hands to the sky. Let's take eagle arms, arms down to the side. Right arm in front, left arm over top. Take your twist. Elbows up, forearms forward. On your next inhale, slight back bend, gaze up. Exhale, humble warrior with eagle arms. So we come on the inside of our left knee. Pressing the forearms down to the mat. Left shoulder, left knee pressing towards one another. We stay here, another breath. And on your next inhale, come back up. Unravel those arms, reach them back to the sky. We lean. Exhale, crown of the head forward, arms reach behind you. We hover here, take a breath. Inhale, arms reach in front, find your gazing spot, palms touch. Hands can come to heart. When you're ready, kick off, warrior three. So again, each side's a little different. Maybe those back toes are touching, they're hovering. Maybe that foot's a little bit off the mat, or it's all the way up in line with your hip. Hands at heart, off to the side, or reach them straight out. We're gonna stay for another breath. Really playing with our balance today. Slowly with your next breath, bring it on up to tree pose. Right foot to your ankle, your calf, or we're going above our knee. So find the posture, a little bit of a breather here. Foot to leg, leg back to foot, hands at heart. Stay here or take a variation, growing your tree, reaching your arms to the sky. Taking cactus arms if that works for you. Hands to touch at your low back into prayer. Open your heart, open your chest. Stay for another breath. Slowly, we're gonna bring those hands back to heart center. We're transitioning back to warrior three. So finding that steady gazing spot. When you're ready, start to kick that right leg behind you. Balance here in that T-like position. Switch up the arms if you'd like. Another breath. Exhale, feet together to meet, we fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift.
Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step it back, move through, either come right to down dog or flow with me. Exhale, down to the belly. Inhale, lift your chest, low cobra, full cobra, upward facing dog. And on your exhale, bring it on back to down dog. Give yourself a little shake out. Stay for a breath. All right, so going back to core. Option to opt out of this, coming to child's pose. Come to tabletop as a more restorative variation, or if you're with me, we're doing it from down dog. Take a breath. Inhale, reach your right leg to the sky. On your exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, up and back. Exhale to the midline, the nose. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, cross it. This time we'll extend the foot through, twisted plank. Option, stay here. You can come into twisted side plank, keeping your right palm on the mat. Bring your left heel to touch and then reach that left hand to the sky. Or if you'd like to work into the upper body today, we'll do 2 push-ups. On your exhale, come down. Inhale, back up. One more time. Exhale. And inhale. Take a breath wherever you are. Let's come back. Right knee back to center. Kick that right foot high and then release that right foot down. Shake it out. Left side. Here we go. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, up and back. Exhale to the midline, the nose. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, we cross it. Extend the foot through, twisted plank. Twisted side plank, right heel to the mat behind you. Right hand reaching to the sky. Or if you're going with me, upper body work, 2 more push-ups. Exhale, come down. Inhale, back up. One more time. Exhale. And inhale, take a breath. Left knee back to center. Reach that left foot high. Bring that left foot down. Child's pose. Woo-wee. Knees wide. Big toes touching. Forehead to the mat. Sit bones back towards our heels. Use your breath. We're almost there. Stay with me as we flow through these final few moments. Another deep inhale. Long exhale. One more round of breath. And on your next inhale, let's start to bring it forward again, tabletop. Take a breath here. Downward facing dog. Give it a little shake out. We're coming back to Malasana. On your next exhale, gaze up at your hands, step, walk, jump your feet to the outside of your hands. We're coming back to that deep spot. Hands to heart center. Maybe we're getting a little bit lower. Shoulders away from our ears. Elbows pressing into our knees. Stay here, or we'll take a little bit of a twist today. So right hand, let's bring it down onto the floor of the mat on the outside of your right leg. Well, I should say on the inside of your right leg, but off to the side. And then reach your left hand to the sky. Option, stay here, drop left hand towards your low back. If you like to try a bind, that right arm's gonna come all the way around. I don't think I can do that today. To connect with your fingertips, your pants, or your shirt. We're here for another breath. Exhale, release it. Bring your hands back to heart center. Malasana, stay here. Switching sides. Left hand, bring it down on the inside of our left leg, but off to the side. Reach your right hand to the sky. Stay here. Or drop your right hand towards your low back. Maybe that left arm wraps around to create a connection with your fingertips, your pants, your shirt. Another breath. Exhale, release, hands back to heart center. Final 3 rounds of breath here. In, 2, arm, Malasana. Stay with me. Deep inhale. Long exhale. One more breath. Palms touch to the mat. Slowly lift those hips up to the sky. Walk your feet back in, hip distance apart. Take some gentle movements, sway it out or pedal it out. Sorry, bending one knee and the other. Maybe grabbing opposite elbows. Sway side to side. We come back to center into our forward fold. On your inhale, halfway lift. On your exhale, we fold. And with your next inhale, come all the way to standing, arms up and overhead, slight back bend if you choose. Palms touch, hands to heart. Take a breath here. Let your eyes close for a moment. We have one more time through our sequence. So find that intention. How do you want to challenge yourself today? How are you going to flow through?
We're almost to that more yin style, that restorative style of yoga for the end of our practice, but we got one more loop to go. So find that intention, stay focused, meet your body where it is today, and with your next breath, on your inhale, reach those hands to the sky. On your exhale, fold forward. Your inhale, halfway lift. Your exhale, we fold, plant your hands, make it your own, step it back, right to down dog, or we flow from high plank down to the belly. On your inhale, lift your chest, low cobra, full cobra, upward facing dog. And on your exhale, bring it on back to down dog, shake it out. Last time, last side, here we go. Inhale, right leg high, hold it. So just stack your hip, right hip on top of the left, heeling towards your glute. If you'd like to flip your dog, go for it. Otherwise, stay with me here, another breath. If you flipped your dog, start to bring it back. Everyone straighten that right leg. Exhale, slowly step right foot up in between your hands. Let's take our twist. Left hand on the inside of the leg, right hand reaching to the sky. Deeper twist, left elbow outside of our right knee, palms touch, elbow, shoulder stack. Another breath. On your next exhale, go ahead, release your hands down. One time here, inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale, bend back into your knee. Inhale, lift your chest, fingertips hovering over the mat. On your next breath in, reach those hands to the sky, your high lunge. Back heel forward, power up that back leg. Get deeper into your front knee, hold it here. Exhale, cactus arms, gaze up. Inhale, warrior one, hands to the sky, back heel on the mat. On your next exhale, arms come down shoulder height. Bring that left arm in front, right arm over top. Twist the arms, eagle arms here. Inhale, slight back bend. Exhale, humble warrior with eagle arms, fold forward. Pressing those forearms to the mat, we stay for another breath. On your next inhale, come back up. Unravel those arms, hands to the sky. On your next exhale, lean forward, crown of the head forward, arms behind you. Inhale, reaching arms in front, we hover, find a gazing spot, palms can touch. Hands to heart if you choose. When you're ready, kick off that back leg. Find your warrior three. We're here for just a breath. Inhale, make your way to tree pose. Coming up, that or left foot to the inside of your ankle, your calf, or above your knee. Find balance, find rooting, find your breath. Another moment here. From tree pose, we're going to come to standing pigeon. So I'd like you to cross your left ankle on top of your right knee, creating that figure four-like positioning. Then slowly start to sink your hips back, bending into your standing leg, that right knee here. So you should feel this release on the outside of that left side of your leg. Stay here, start to take a twist. So again, your left elbow, it's gonna look like my right, but your left elbow, you're working down to the inside of the foot, perhaps deepening this. If you get there, you can open up the arms. Wherever you are, another round of breath. Slowly bring your hands back to heart. Come back up. Reach your hands to the sky. Let's bring that left knee up in line with your hip. Straighten out that leg. Stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet together to meet. We fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant those hands. Step it back. Move through. Right to down dog, or we flow. High plank down to the belly. Inhale, lift your chest. Cobra, upward facing dog. And on your exhale, bring it on back to down dog. One more time, one more side. We are almost there. Inhale, left leg to the sky, hold it. Stack that hip, left hip on top of the right, heeling towards the glute. Option to flip your dog if that's part of your practice. Another round of breath. If you flip the dog, bring it back. Everyone straighten that left leg. Exhale, step left foot up in between your hands. Back knees off the mat. We're taking our twist. Right hand to the inside of the foot. Reach that left hand high. Option, right elbow outside of left knee, palms touch, elbow, shoulder stack. Another breath here. Exhale, release your hands down either side of that front foot. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Exhale, bend into the knee. Inhale, lift your chest, fingertips hover off the mat. On your next breath in, reach those hands to the sky, high lunge, power up, back leg straight, back heel forward, deeper into your front knee. Exhale, gaze up, cactus arms. Inhale, hands high. Back heel to the mat, warrior one. So work on that alignment, shoulders parallel to the front of your mat. Get deeper into your front knee. On your next exhale, arms shoulder height. Right arm in front, left arm over top. Take the twist. Inhale, slight back bend. Exhale, humble warrior inside of that left leg here. Keep your back heel planted, another breath.
On your next inhale, come back up. Unravel those arms, hands to the sky. Exhale, we lean, crown of the head forward, arms behind you. Take a breath here. Inhale, arms in front, find that gazing spot. Palms touch, hands to heart. When you're ready, kick off that back leg, your warrior three. Take a breath. We're here for just a moment. We're making our way to tree. Slowly start to come up. Right foot to your ankle, your calf, or again, above our knee. Press foot to leg, leg back to foot. Find that steadiness, find your breath, hold it. When you're ready, we're coming to standing pigeon, cross right ankle on top of left knee. Hold it here, hands at heart. If you can, start to sink your hips back, bend into that standing leg. Stay with me. Feeling that on the outside of that right leg, option to go into your twist, right elbow, work it down to the inside of the foot. If you get there, you're welcome to open up those arms. Another round of breath. Palms back to touch, hands back to heart. Start to make your way back to standing. Right knee hip height. Reach those hands to the sky. Last bit of work, straighten that right leg. Hold it high for 5, 4, 2, 1. Release the foot and fold forward. Pedal it out. Take ragdoll, grab opposite elbows, gentle sway side to side if that feels good to you. And then bring it back to center. Inhale, find your halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Last vinyasa for you here. Step it back if you like. Go right to child's pose. Otherwise, flow from high plank down to the belly. Inhale, lift your chest. And on your exhale, down dog, and slowly make your way. Child's pose, knees as wide as the mat. Big toes touching behind you, forehead to the floor. Find your breath. Find that intention. Notice the mind. Have we created some space there? Notice the body. Have we created some space there? And coming into that calm, cool, collected part of the practice where we deepen into the stretching. We also deepen into the mind, finding that connection to our true self. So with your next breath, come back up to tabletop. If you'd like to, you can come to downward facing dog, but we're coming to pigeon pose. I just like to cue it from table. So when you're ready, let's bring that right knee to the outside of our right wrist. Walk your left leg nice and long behind you. Top of your left foot is flat. Help your front shin out. Make it more parallel to the front edge of your mat by grabbing your left foot, your right foot. Lift up tall. And on your next exhale, start to walk those hands forward and fold here. Your forehead's gonna meet the mat. If it's not quite meeting the mat today, stack your forearms on top of one another and let your forehead rest onto your forearms. Close the eyes, use the breath. Each exhale, we sink a little bit more into this. We're feeling this into our glutes, our IT band, our low back. We're noticing all the stories that go along with the release of this posture. So by stories, I mean just, again, that noise in the mind. What do you start to think about? Maybe you think of nothing, awesome, but maybe there's some type of emotional connection to the release of the hips. I like to share always that the hips hold a lot of that negativity and the stories that go along with it. So just provide awareness, give yourself some grace to experience whatever you're experiencing here, but to use your breath to guide the body to release the tension, but also guide the mind, the heart, the soul to release anything holding on to you in this moment. Staying for another round of breath. And on your next inhale, is come back up onto your palms. Option, stay here. So working into pigeon or bend your left knee, heeling towards the glute. With your left hand, go ahead and grab for your left foot, your pants, your ankle. If you'd like to, grab more of the top of your foot and then reach your left elbow towards the sky. Keep your shoulders parallel to the front of your mat. We're here for another breath. And then exhale, release your left foot down. When you're ready, bring it back to tabletop or down dog. Give yourself a shakeout. And then we'll go to the other side. So when you're ready, left knee outside of your left wrist. Let's walk that right leg nice and long behind you. Top of the right foot's flat.
Help your left shin out. Make that left shin more parallel to the front edge of your mat. Take a breath in. And on your exhale, walk your hands forward. Drop your chest down. Allow your forehead to come rest onto your forearms or onto the mat. So releasing into the IT band, the glutes, the low back here. Use your breath. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Awareness in the body, that tension, again, the noise, the stories. Follow the breath. Create the space. Space in the body, space in the mind, and space in the heart. Noticing the extra tension here, the clenching of the jaw, scrunching of the eyes, or creating fists. Release with each breath. Final moment. And with your next inhale, slowly come back up. Still working in pigeon. Option to stay here. Bend your right knee, heel in towards the glute. With your right hand, you can come around to create the connection. Maybe grabbing the top of the foot. Right elbow working, reaching to the sky. Shoulders parallel. Another breath. And then exhale, go ahead, release it. Come back, tabletop, downward facing dog. Give yourself a little shake out. And then we'll take a seat, extending the legs nice and long in front of you. Flex the feet here. Let's go into a seated forward fold. So on your inhale, reach your hands to the sky. And on your exhale, start to lean forward, but guide with your heart. So keep a flat back for a breath. Then on your next exhale, round the spine. Grab for your feet, your ankles, your calves. Use your exhale to draw the heart forward, then rounding the spine. And just notice where that tension is today. I mean, I feel this all the way into the top part of my head because I'm so tight in my low back. So the body's crazily connected in all parts. Just notice where you feel it here today. Stay for another breath. And on your next inhale, let's go ahead and sit back up. Extend the arms nice and long. Take a breath in. On your exhale, start to come all the way onto your back by rounding the spine and coming down vertebrae by vertebrae with control, using your core until you are flat onto the mat. Once you're here, you can hug the knees into the chest. Take some gentle movements, sway or rock side to side. Create circles with the knees going clockwise or counterclockwise. And then we'll come back to center. Placing your arms off to the side in a T-like position, knees still in towards chest. Slowly drop your legs over to the left side of the mat of the room. Now, as you do this, you're welcome to take any type of variation in your twist today. So maybe it's simple. You just want your knees to stack on top of one another. Maybe you like to take a pigeon-like variation or eagle legs as you twist. But keep your right shoulder down as your legs are dropped over to the left. Your gaze can come over your right shoulder as well for that gentle twist in your neck. We'll stay for another breath. On your next inhale, bring your knees back to center, hug them in. And then arms off to the side, T-like. Let's drop those legs over to the right side. Same thing here, option is yours, knees stacked. Take another variation that feels good to you. Mindfulness, left shoulder staying on the mat. And then your gaze is up and over that left shoulder. We're here for another moment, another breath. And on your next inhale, come back to center, hug the knees back to the chest. Coming to happy baby, arms in between the legs. You grab for the outside of our calves, ankles, or feet. Knees come down either side of the body. Start without movement, creating a nice long spine. Shoulder blades onto the mat, feet reaching to the sky. Stay for a breath. And then maybe we rock or sway side to side. You create that circular-like motion. Maybe you would like to stretch the legs further by straightening one leg, the other, and both in a pike-like positioning. Whatever works for you here. Final breath. On your next inhale, hug the knees back into the chest. And on your exhale, straighten out those legs, releasing here into our final Shavasana. Arms released next to the body, palms facing up, and eyes are closed.
allowing your body to just sink into the mat here. Allowing the upper back to release, arms feeling nice and long, fingers are gentle and soft, low back is draping towards the floor, legs are long and feet are draping off to the sides, no tension. Using your breath to help you come to this final Shavasana, this final resting pose. Guide your exhale wherever there's tension. Guide your exhale to the noise in the mind. And with your breath in, fill your mind, your heart, your soul with a point of gratitude today. So we'll take that round of community breath. Begin with your exhale, empty the lungs. Take a deep inhale through your nose, filling the breath, filling your mind, heart, and soul with that point of gratitude. And then create that long, gentle sigh out the mouth, release, let it go. Resting in our final Shavasana. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, circling wrists and ankles. And if it feels good to you, reaching the arms up and overhead into that full body stretch here, extending through the fingers, through the toes. And when you're ready on your next breath, we'll come onto your right or your left side into a fetal position. Allow your head to rest on your arm. We'll stay for a breath here. And then on your inhale, begin to make your way to a comfortable seat, facing the front edge of your mat or towards me. So you find your seat, taking Sukhasana, easy seat with one foot in front of the other, maybe half lotus, crossing one foot on top of the other leg, or full lotus if that's part of your practice. And then sitting up nice and tall, allowing your hands to rest onto your legs with palms facing down for grounding or palms facing up for energy. Do a shoulder roll with your next breath. On your inhale, bringing those shoulders to your ears, and on your exhale, bring them back and drop them down. Reach up through the crown of the head and then let your eyes close. So ending our practice with a final round of community breath. Bring awareness back to that point of gratitude, something that you're thankful for in this day, in this moment, in this life, that helps create an anchor into the day, into the week ahead, where as things go unplanned, as chaos may start to arise, you have that stillness in the point of gratitude. So taking this final breath together, let's begin with that exhale, empty your lungs. Take that deep breath in through the nose, filling again the mind, the heart, the soul with that point of gratitude. We hold the breath and then deep exhale, release, sigh out the mouth, let it go. We slowly come back to the natural breath, noticing the rise and the fall, and hopefully creating that deeper connection to our true selves. We end our practice by bringing our palms to meet at heart center.
The light in me truly honors, respects, and appreciates the light in each of you. Namaste. All right, my friends. As always, thank you for joining me in our Sunday Vinyasa flow. I will be back next Sunday. There is a change in the schedule. Fall 2 starts on Monday, tomorrow. So keep an eye on that. The virtual classes have, you're welcome. The virtual classes have changed a little bit. So my Tuesday classes aren't running anymore virtually. But with that, more in-person classes are happening for those of you who are interested. So if you have questions, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you next week. Have a great week ahead.